Welcome back to another episode on Uniquely Mixed, where I keep you updated on politics and conspiracies. Now we're going to get straight into it. We're talking Democrats and their corruption. I got Mr. Mark Levin to sum it up for us real quick.
So let me just recap. Yep. They want to destroy the Supreme Court. They want to destroy the United States Senate. They want to destroy the legislative process. They want to use impeachment when they disagree with a president who is acting constitutionally. They have a 110-page manifesto that attacks every economic sector in this country, every geographic sector in this country. And what do we have the media talking about? Really nothing. Nothing of any kind of consequence.
Check this out. They were impeaching Trump before he was even nominated.
Mark, we're still waiting on John Durham's investigation, but I have not heard one Democrat say, yes, what took place in 2016 was unlawful, and it just went right against our Constitution by setting up members of the Trump campaign, entrapment, leaking, lying to Congress, forging documents. They did it all to take down Trump.
My guess? Hillary thought she was going to win, and they did all this corruption thinking nobody would ever see what they were doing. But guess what? Trump won.
Yep. And then let me say this. For those people in the media who are complicit and refuse to acknowledge what took place in the 2016 election, maybe we should see if they should be wiretapped. What would we find out if you were wiretapped and your phone calls were all surveilled and your emails and your text messages the way they did to a member of the Trump campaign, Carter Page, which we now know for sure was unlawful?
And you know, Maria, you've covered this beautifully, and you're exactly right. What you're talking about are civil liberties. The FBI trampled on civil liberties. The intelligence agencies trampled on civil liberties. The FISA courts trampled on civil liberties. The entirety of the Obama administration. The Democrat Party has played defense for the Obama administration. Obama and Biden have never had to answer for any of this. You just had a story. You had the great Robert Ray on. Look at this corruption surrounding the Biden family. China. Former mayor to Moscow, the Ukraine, multi-millions of dollars. You have predicates all over the place for federal criminal investigations of Hunter Biden. Joe Biden should be put under oath. He was vice president at the time. What did he know? Meanwhile, no predicates. And you have the DA in Manhattan going after the president, the attorney general in New York constantly going after the president. You had a phony criminal investigation with Mueller and that crackpot Weissman, who was the #2 lawyer there, going after the president of the United States. They have nothing. The Biden family is corrupt right up to their eyeballs. And who talks about it? We talk about it. Will this be brought up during the debate? Probably not. But it ought to be raised.
Not a word. Not a word from the critics of the president. And don't forget, you mentioned Andrew Weissman. He wiped his phone clean. You know how long it takes to wipe a phone clean? At least an hour. You got to keep putting in bad passwords. They wiped clean 27 phones, government-issued phones, of the Mueller investigation. It's just extraordinary. Mark Levin, I know you're going to be
It's a great one, Mark Levin, coming up in a few moments. But first, we made you a promise, and that is we will not stop our quest in terms of finding equal justice in this country. New developments tonight, new documents released by the DOJ show that multiple members of Mueller's team, including the pit bull of Robert Mueller, that would be Andrew Weissman, actually wiped their department phones clean, like Hillary, before turning them over to the inspector general. Get this, many of them, they all use the exact same suspicious excuse, entering the wrong passwords too many times. Had to clean it then. For example, Weissman used the password excuse for one device, then claimed, oh, I accidentally, you mean like with a cloth? I wiped another one clean. According to the documents, well over a dozen devices were wiped clean. So you ask yourself, what was the Mueller team hiding? What are the odds that they would all forget their passcodes and all make the same stupid mistake? Do you believe them? I don't.
We cannot live in a country where this is tolerated. Trump, Russia, look how much money they spent, how many agents were involved investigating all things Trump and Russia, how many subpoenas issued, how many lives turned upside down. The question for me, was there a double standard here? It's pretty obvious to me there was. But stay tuned, Sean. You think you're mad about the phones being wiped? Stay tuned. We'll talk in about 10 or 12 days, and we'll see if there's something else you could get mad about. Just stay tuned.
Are you guys seeing this? We have corruption, deleted emails, wiped clean phones, biased FBI agents. We are witnessing the biggest political crime in history. We just might get to witness some big time people going to jail.